What's up, guys? I'm back. Okay, first and foremost, I sincerely apologize. I know I just took a 1 week break. It was insane. We had so many people coming in for the holidays and just juggling a ton of family and friends and loved ones. It was pretty crazy, but the holidays are over with. Back in action, and fortunately, thanks to you guys, you have sent in a ton of questions, and so I would love to go ahead and just get plugging away on all these questions, and so we can start off 2010 the right way. Now, for those of you here in the Southwest, you saw my segments this morning. Actually, it was last week and this week on getting ready for the new year. So we got a ton of stuff going on. And for those of you who missed the segment this morning, you can always check it out. If you go to azfamily.com, you can jump on there. You can kind of see. Well, actually, for those of you who haven't seen and who are coming to us from outside of the Southwest, you can see all of my segments that date way back when. So you can see some of the work I've been doing with Good Morning Arizona for the last 7 years now. It's been quite a ride. They've been most definitely my family here in Arizona, my news family. So anyway, hope you guys are doing great. And it's nice to be back answering questions. And in fact, actually, really quick, I got to throw this in there. I had the privilege this morning at the news station of locking up with an Olympic gold medal wrestler, and Henry Cejudo. So when you get a chance, jump in there and you can actually see my segment with Henry. It was awesome. He's such a great guy, so humble. What an incredible athlete. All right. You know I get wordy, so I'm going to go ahead and jump into these and start answering some questions. And if I can, I'd like to try to rattle off a couple of them because I know we got so many, but I'll do my best. And if I run a little bit late, then I'll just split it into another blog. So anyway, this one's coming to us from Stephanie, and she says, in a December blog, you recommend a B-complex vitamin. Should this be taken in addition to a daily multivitamin? I went to the store, and their B-complex, super B-complex, and high-potent complex. Are there differences, and what would you recommend? Okay, so let's talk about our B vitamins. Now, really, if you ask any doctor, they're going to say, well, you should be getting your B complex and your B vitamins from the food that we're eating. And this is true. However, the second we start to process foods, the number of B vitamins in our foods, it decreases dramatically. So B vitamins are actually found in whole, unprocessed foods. Now, if you're following the Reshape the Nation program, you're eating whole, unprocessed foods, and so you should be doing really, really well. However, if you look at some of the foods that you have been eating for a long period of time, and they're not whole, unprocessed foods, you'll probably find you're not getting nearly enough B vitamins in your diet. And of course, B vitamins, they are mandatory. They're so necessary to help increase cellular metabolism. They help boost immune function. And especially for all of you coffee and energy drinkers out there, they help replenish your adrenal glands so that, believe it or not, that cup of coffee that you have is going to give you a bigger kick. And I think we'd all like that, right? Remember, like when you always have that first cup of coffee, you're bouncing off the walls, you get a ton of stuff done, or that first energy drink. And after a couple of weeks, it takes twice the amount to get the same results. Now, if you're actually taking a good B complex and you're replenishing your adrenal glands, which I like to call damage control, you're actually going to keep and you will continuously be getting a wonderful boost out of just one cup of coffee or one energy drink. So I just want to kind of help you guys with damage control. Now, here's the kicker. We're all as different on the inside as we are on the outside. And research has found over, they'll say 16 different variations in digestive systems in different human beings based on their bloodlines and where they're coming from. You and I both know that it's probably even greater than that. There's probably 30 to 50 to 60. I mean, if you look at all the different humans coming from different areas and different regions of the world, and then here in the States, especially because we're such a melting pot, it's really difficult to determine what our bloodline is and where we come from and really who we are on the inside. And what happens is that we all absorb our nutrients differently. And so when it comes down to a B complex, a super B complex, or a high potency B complex, it's really hard to say which one is best for you because you absorb your nutrients and your vitamins differently than somebody else. So it's difficult to say. And so the best thing, I mean, I always take the less is more approach. And so I'll start with a regular B complex. We have, especially here in America, we've got this mentality that more is better. And so we get the super high potency B complex because it's got 8,000% the recommended daily allowance of regular B vitamins. And so we think, oh, well, that's the one that I need. No, not necessarily so. In fact, your body's just going to absorb what it's going to absorb, and you're just going to flush the rest. So chances are, as far as the price point goes, you might spend a little bit more on a high potency B complex, but you're just going to flush it anyway. So either or. Now keep in mind also that it is rare to actually suffer from toxicity from your B vitamins. Now there are a few that in extreme excess you can suffer some results from, but you're not gonna suffer from toxicity of taking a high potency B complex. However, especially for you coffee drinkers out there, and all of you caffeine consumers, the one thing I do recommend that you're looking for on your B complex is pantothenic acid. That's going to be B5, and that is the one of those B complex of the B vitamins that is so necessary in helping those adrenals recover and actually creating more adrenaline, norepinephrine, epinephrine for those adrenal glands, so that you can get that big kick out of your coffee. So the one thing I want you to look for is extra B5. You're going to find the extra B5 in your high stress B complex multivitamin. So, I'm sorry, not multivitamin, but you're in your high stress B complex vitamin. So when you turn that label around, here's a B vitamin bottle here, and when you turn that sucker around, you're going to start looking on that label for pantothenic acid. And it's kind of difficult to see on here, but we're looking for B5, which is pantothenic acid. And also, on top of that, I actually like to take a B complex with theanine. It actually helps with the serotonin production. And just for those high stress days, it's always nice to have a feel-good sensation. So that's what I always go for. Now, when it comes to taking with a multivitamin, keep in mind, most multivitamins actually have your B vitamins in them. And so another thing that I really want to address, and it's important, is that so many times we think, oh, I can just take a multivitamin first thing in the morning and I'm not going to need it throughout the rest of the day. But after our body processes, digests, absorbs that multivitamin, we still have those needs later on in the day. So chances are you'll probably want to take a multivitamin in the morning, multivitamin in the afternoon, and with the B complex, I wouldn't necessarily take it with the multivitamin because chances are you've got your B vitamins in the multivitamin. However, you can take this somewhere in between, especially if you're undergoing a lot of stress and you are a caffeine drinker, you're taking some kind of stimulant, then it's really important to replenish those adrenals. And so that's where the B complex comes in. And so what I'll sometimes do is I'll do my multi in the morning, my multi in the afternoon, and somewhere in the middle there, maybe 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, I'll take my B vitamin, like a B complex for stress. And that's going to go ahead and keep my adrenals just topped off. So I know I'm maxed out and I'm loaded up on my B vitamins. Keep in mind also, you don't want to take your B vitamins too late in the evening because they can keep you awake. So keep that in mind. Anyway, I hope that really helps. I wish I could give you a strong recommendation for a B, super B, or high potency. The one thing I do recommend is for the caffeine drinkers, go for a B complex that is focusing on a stress B complex or a more high potency B complex, just because you need that extra B5. On top of that, you don't necessarily have to take it with a multivitamin because the multivitamin has your B complex in it, but separate them, multi in the morning, multi early afternoon, and then B complex sometime mid-afternoon, but don't take it too close into the evening because it'll definitely keep you up. All right, guys, so that's it for today. I ran out of time. I'm sorry, but I will be answering some more questions, so stay tuned. A lot more to come. Thank you also for your patience. I'm back, I promise. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye.